Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman from Justice League. How do you know it's from Justice League? Because it says so on the box. Otherwise, it's just generic, weird colored Batman. This figure is maybe one of the worst ones they've ever put out. It's pretty terrible. It has one great feature. One feature that is what I think should be on all the figures, and then the rest should all be done away with. But we're going to review him. Todd's going to keep cranking out Batmans. I'm going to review him until he's done with the line. Because I like Batman, and I know other people do, and I think this is an interesting situation with this company. But let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is a standard Batman packaging from McFarlane. There's some nice artwork. There, I said that funny. I actually happen to really like this general look for Batman. I like the slightly longer ears. The color scheme is nice. I don't think the blue is super accurate to what we normally see, but I like this kind of blue on him. It looks nice. It's almost like a Hush color scheme, sort of. Looks nice. I don't know what they were thinking if they were trying to make it look like this. This isn't right. Honestly, I don't think Batman has ever looked like that, so we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, otherwise it's your standard packaging. Okay, we're back to it. It hasn't been a minute. I'm ahead of schedule. Alright, I think he's in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, by the way. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to get one, though. Only for a very certain thing you'll want to get this, and I'll talk about that in maybe a minute. Alright, he's about 7 1/8 to the top of his head, to his ears like 7 3/8, and that's going to make him roughly, we'll call it 18.3, and then 19, give or take. Here he is up against Darwin. It's the usual McFarlane body, so it's in a larger scale than Darwin. Now, question of the day, which of the blue and gray Batmans is your favorite? You can't say black and gray, you can't say anything else. It has to be blue and gray. For me, it's either going to be Long Halloween or Hush, probably. If I had to pick, I think I'd go with those as of right now. Okay, so let's talk about this guy. First of all, the blue is just crazy. There's so much red in this blue, it's nuts. It's almost purple. It is more purple than like a royal blue. It's too purple. It's really weird looking, honestly, and it's throwing off what otherwise is kind of a good looking figure because they did this shading throughout, which is not the best thing in the world. There are a few issues with it. We'll talk about that too, but generally speaking, we don't see figures with shading like this. This harkens all the way back to the DCSH line where there was just too much shading everywhere. I'll take too much over not enough, because that looks pretty dang cool to me, having that. Let's brighten it up a little bit maybe. Having this shading throughout everywhere, that's really nice. Now, the only place where it's a real problem is on the chest, where there's like a clear, hard, abrupt line of no more shading in the middle on the one side. You could probably clean that up with some acetone or some alcohol, so that's nice. We have the classic Bat logo crookedly painted on the chest. That doesn't look great. And we have the neon yellow belt. Yeah, that doesn't look great either. So yeah, the colored parts are off completely. However, if you can clean this up with a little bit of acetone, maybe even remove this and put your own Bat logo on there, this is a fine body for a custom. You might even be able to just swap out all the blue parts with a different blue Batman, or just the head and repaint the other parts, or the head and the cape maybe, because the cape, they didn't wire it. This friggin' company. He doesn't come with any accessories, and they've used this body to oblivion, and they didn't put a wire in the cape, which is still the Barbie cape. So like, yeah, you could definitely remove most of the figure and still have a pretty nice core body. For Batman, it's a little slender, but still, it's still a decent enough one to use. So yeah, this is for customizing. I'm putting that out there right now. It is not for collecting. This is not good. The nice paint job-ish, the nice-ish paint job is not enough. Yeah, terrible. And then we have the head, which of course you already saw. I was saving it for last because it was so obvious. It's like the worst head they've ever made. What the flip? What the flippin' heck is going on here? From the side, it's almost passable, but then if you actually look at the face, that mouth sculpt is crazy. The eyes aren't particularly good. If you're going to put a singular head with a Batman figure, this is not the one. It's so goofy looking. Oh, man. Oh, boy. The ears are even a little bit too far forward, I think, on the cowl. That's pretty weird looking. So yeah, this is a trash figure, honestly. It's really only good for this body if you want to have a blank body that doesn't require much modification other than removing all of the extra parts. So aesthetically, it's going to get a 3 out of 10. It's not good. Alright, now as far as accessories go, like I said, he doesn't come with any. We got one fist hand and one gripping hand, not even 2 fist hands because this company sucks big time. You get the display stand and the card that doesn't match the figure at all, which does show 2 fist hands. and a whole different looking character. So yeah, 0 out of 10 for accessories, and now it's time for the articulation, which we'll run through quickly because we've seen it all before. Have to note the cape is unwired. Want to make that clear. It's not wired. It is the body that can accept a wired cape. They just didn't put a wire in. So realistically, you could slip a wire in there, and it'll go all the way down into here if you want it to, if you're careful. So it'll even be kind of anchored, or you throw some glue in there. Like, you could make it work, but they didn't. This company sucks. All right, for the head, it does lean up nicely. It does sit too high on the neck, but it does move around pretty well. If you want it to look even goofier, you could do that. Shoulders have decent range in that joint. Going up to horizontal is a little bit better than horizontal. That's fine. Full rotation. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Ugly, hideous elbows, but plenty of range. Alright, the wrists are a little bit loose, but they're there. Double or ball hinges. For the torso, he leans back all the way. If I remember correctly, this is from when he broke his back the first time, including the head. I'm glad they didn't include those goofy-ass hands. He leans forward just a touch. And then to the side is actually pretty decent. You're going to get your rotation. Yeah, it's not the worst body. Let me be clear about that. It's maybe the worst use of the body, but the body itself is perfectly acceptable. For it's one of their better Batmans, one of their better bodies overall. It's a little slender, but relatively heroic, generally speaking. A lot of them are pretty frumpy, like dad bod looking figures. This one's not as bad. The giant head doesn't help, though. Really, you get rid of that head and the body's much better. All right, so yeah, he gets full splits, no nuggets. Going forward, the diaper gets in the way almost immediately, so you might want to trim that away some. You can force it, but it really isn't given the shape in the cutout, so that's not great. Thigh swivel, basically non-existent. Double jointed knees, yeah, they're functional, they're not bad. And then for the ankle, they're super ratcheted, although his are soft. Like, the ratchets feel like they've been worn away, so I don't know if their molds are running out or what, but they're there. Ankle rocker. Yeah, you get the full ball hinge functionality, so that's okay. Toe hinge is goofy looking, but it is there if you need it, so yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's not the best, but it will do, so I'll give the articulation a 7. It's fine. For the most part, it works pretty well. Okay, now it's time for the final verdict. Yeah, don't buy this. It's not a good release. There's nothing good about it. Nothing other than the gray shading and the dark gray body, which you might like. That's it. That is it. I'm telling you, do not buy this figure. It is terrible in every way other than that. So that's it. I'll give it a 0 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it a 0 out of 10. Don't buy it unless you're looking for custom fodder. And hopefully it ends up being available cheap because it's so damn goofy looking. Alright, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'll be done there. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.